Hey y'all, it is COC. Thanks for coming to Couch Cruise with me. And thank you all so much for your patience. This was a day, today it was formal night for Captain C. I'll show you a little bit of hi, 7 people. Wow. So yeah, I didn't want to cancel today, but I also didn't want to go live in the middle of the day. But I had a DC function. I will show you all the picture. Some of you all may or may not know. Jesus, Merry Christmas. All right. You should be able to hear me now. Hi, 10 people. It is COC. Thanks for coming to Couch Cruise with me. My apologies. I had to push it back an hour. I had a gala here in DC to attend. So it was formal night for me. Some of you may or may not know I do a little bit of, I'm on the school board in DC. So we had our big function to celebrate teachers. And I'll show you all, because I would say that the dress was kind of fire. I didn't show it had the full dress. Hold on. Let me see if I can show y'all. I'm gonna show you a picture of me and one of the board. Oh crap. Here we go. Y'all probably don't care about that. I'm gonna show you a quick. Let me see. I have a picture of me in the dress. Let's see. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. I know this person isn't mine. This is me and one of my favorite board members. So I don't know if y'all can see. Okay, that was me in the dress and one of my good board colleagues. And basically we had a function today and I was like, I am going to wear this ball gown and I'm going to put on this full face of makeup and I'm going to sip some wine and celebrate DC educators because educators should be celebrated. Hello, 25 people. Welcome in to COC. Thanks for coming to Couch Cruise with me. And today we are talking all things inaugural, icon of the seas. And as you all know, essentially today the ship was in St. Thomas, and not just in St. Thomas, they had to leave at 1:30. So we're going to talk about what's up with that quick turnaround in St. Thomas, and we're going to get into some hellos. All right, so let's get into it. Let's see. I'm going to go all the way back to the 8 o'clock crew, okay? Hello, 30 people. So Go Big Go says, Captain Carly, and everyone in the chat. Sorry I missed yesterday's live, but I am back this evening and ready to couch cruise. Welcome in, Miss Vicky. I hope you made it back this time around. Who is this? My cruising family says, welcome everyone. Happy hump day. It's hump day. Yes, it's hump day. And even more, I don't know if it's like exciting or sad. However, it's also the cruise's halfway mark. Our inaugural cruises, we're on the other side of the 7-day cruise now. And we already knew Royal Caribbean was giving nice nasty grams about debarkation day, but it's starting to become more and more apparent that this cruise is coming to an end. And as you know, we are here nightly every night until February 3rd at 8 p.m. to talk about the Royal Caribbean inaugural sailing of Icon of the Seas. Who is this? Hey, Ruby's Baby. This is a new name. Welcome in, 34 people. Ruby's Baby says, I'm ready. Just going to eat some ice cream on the couch. Yes, that's exactly what a couch cruise is for, right? A regular cruise gives you free unlimited ice cream, and a couch cruise, you bring your own ice cream. And I bring my own drink packages. And don't ignore my carnival mug during the Royal Caribbean couch cruise. I don't know if some of y'all can see that, but don't be petty, okay? Ooh. Hello, 35 people. Welcome in. Shiro is saying, hello, gang. Sees 9 to 5 won't mess up a good thing. No. And actually, I was at like the 5 to 10. I was at the part-time to the full-time. So I appreciate you all so much. Just give me the flexibility of participating in the event that I participated in tonight. And I did not want to cancel tonight's couch cruise. However, for the rest of the cruise, 8 o'clock, we will be here on the couch talking. However, it is my last year on the Board of Education in DC, and I said last year, best year of the board, and I am not going to miss any event if I can help it. So I appreciate you all for hanging out. Let's see. MH Family Adventures is saying she is going live for sure, just pushing back tonight. Thank you. I appreciate people who support the cause. So all right, we have an icebreaker. So some of you all know, every night in the couch cruise, just so we can shake off the day and get in the couch cruise mode, we have an icebreaker. And today's icebreaker, so I learned that on today's port of call was St. Thomas. So share in the chat if you saw any of the creators, what they did in Port St. Thomas. Did you see anybody do anything unique? But today's port of call, St. Thomas, they had to be back on board at 1:30. So couch cruisers, what is it? Oh I'm blanking. The icebreaker. The icebreaker for today is, would you have, with a 1:30 call time, would you have stayed on board and explored this big old ship, Icon the Seas, with less people? Or would you have taken the time to visit St. Thomas? What would you have done? Let the people know. Who's this? Melina is saying, hola, not on my couch yet. A delayed start would be great. Well, guess what, Melina? Your wish is my command. And we are starting a whole hour late today just so I can, have a little bit of life that wasn't on YouTube. When I say I have not left the house in 2 days, I don't remember how many days it was. So it was cool to put on like a little dress. And my members, if any of my channel members, I'm going to give you some exclusive behind the scenes of the event today. So if you are a channel member, that exclusive is coming straight to you. Who else we got here? Sharo is giving the thumbs up. And Damien Aquana says she's going to be faster than hot screen on a sunny gray. I told you I just needed 1 hour. I just needed one whole hour to just get a little more extra socialization, and I was going to be here on this cruise. And I appreciate everyone who just kind of helped facilitate the conversation and time. All right, let me drop the link because there are some people on the ship. I know today, I'm not sure who might pop in. We might have some people pop in. But I think some of the cruisers are talking about doing a bar crawl. Some people are talking about dueling piano. So I'm just going to drop in the chat just to see if any of the actual cruisers are able to come on and join us. And then we're going to talk about today. What did y'all watch today? But of course, we're going to get into our icebreaker and see what would you all have preferred. It was a 1:30 port of call. I think they got in the port at 7 o'clock in St. Thomas. And they had to be back on board at 1:30. So would you have, on this inaugural cruise, world's largest ship, would you have got off to see St. Thomas, or would you have stayed on to explore this beautiful ship? Tell us, and let's break the ice, folks. Who we got? Janelle T says, hot dog, I thought I missed it. No, you are right in time, boo. Welcome in, Janelle T. MH Families and Adventures speaking. Thank you, MH, for facilitating. Y'all's a team effort. So I appreciate when folks just, lend an extra hand over here, because I was sitting there in the game and I was like, I can't change StreamYard. And I appreciate y'all for just holding me down. P.O.P. hold me down. Iris, my DMV cousin, is here. She says, yes, let's celebrate teachers. Yes. And I am in, full disclosure, and I know it's not super couch cruisy. Hello, 37 people. Welcome in. I hope you can tap into my channel just so you can learn more about me. But I'm in the part of town where, it's always the bad statistics, etc. And we had a few of my schools in my ward. We are the biggest and the blackest ward in DC. And I had one of my schools won community engagement, and one of my schools, we had an assistant principal that won an award. So, it just meant a lot to me to just be able to stay in there and stay in place for 1 more hour. And I appreciate you all for coming in. 41 people just as coming in chat, even though I was an hour late. Yolanda Jackson is saying hello. Carla G says, I was too busy to watch anything today. It's okay, Carla G. That's what this community is here for. I was able to watch for a few things. Actually, of course, I didn't get to see a whole lot about St. Thomas. However, I got to see some stuff about St. Kitts. And I hope you all don't mind. Yesterday, I was in like a little bit of a funk. So I do want to circle back to a couple St. Kitts things. Team Reese has sent me some exclusive clip related to that car accident that I talked about. And I learned some information about the pilot of the who guides the boat in. And I want to share that information with you all about St. Kitts before we dig deep into St. Thomas. But yes, let's get into our icebreaker and then we'll get into those things. My cruising family saying hello. MH Family Adventures says, okay, so for our icebreaker question, MH Family Adventures, congratulations. First off, before we break any ice, we gotta say congratulations to MH Family Adventures, who hit 15,000 subscribers and is in the chat tonight. So let's give it up to MH Family Adventures. And if you all were on the couch last night, Raquel beamed in to give you some points about St. Thomas, how to visit that port. So Raquel said, I would have visited St. Thomas, but I don't like the short port times. This is when I book a ship excursion instead of a third-party excursion. And Miss Raquel is always going to give us some tips. So yes, Raquel was saying, on a short port day, they're telling you about to get back on the ship at 1:30. This is not the day to take a 8-hour excursion on a third party. No, book with the ship so they can get your butt back on board. Brown's party at 5. Hey, Dee Dee, happy Mardi Gras. Dee Dee, I don't even want to say that yet, but should something happen in the stars to get me down to New Orleans, should that happen, I'm gonna hit you up, girl. Dee Dee says she would have stayed on board and visited and viewed that big old ship. I hear you, Dee Dee. Janelle says, having recently visited St. Thomas, I would explore the ship. Absolutely. I noticed, I caught Travel Sprees live. I think Fane had to do some errands around St. Thomas, like Laura stayed on board. And yeah, but I think it would be a great opportunity because some people would be probably interested in seeing a little bit of St. Thomas to do some running around the ships. Yolanda Jackson too says, look, y'all not gonna set me up with these short port times. And she would have stayed on the ship to explore. My cruising family says I would have stayed on board, especially since I've been to St. Thomas twice before. I hear you. I think I would have probably stayed on board too. Given the quick call time in St. Thomas, I would have probably stayed on board to explore the ship and hope that there would have been a few less people. However, Rockwell threw out a whole bunch of beaches that I would have probably, if I had a little longer time, I would have made my own itinerary. I would have booked one of the open air cabs, the $2 taxis, and went to maybe like Cokie Beach. That Cokie Beach, when Rockwell, I was watching the replays. I like to rewatch the couch cruise just to like learn and take some tips. And that Cokie Beach with the DJ sounds like a vibe. So I would have caught the $2 taxi to Cokie Beach. Hello, 41 people, welcome in. Miss Sydney says she's been to St. Thomas a number of times and she would have stayed on that big old ship and got her money's worth. I hear you, Miss Sydney. Carla G says, I would have stayed on board. That ship is big enough to explore for a week. Yes. And I'm also hearing from some of the cruisers, there are some folks who are going 2 weeks straight on the ship. And one of those people are Travel Spree is planning on, they have a back-to-back, and they have a whole different set of ports when they do the second side. So they're going to be on this week, and then they have like another one. And honestly, it makes kind of sense financially to do that. I think they got 14 days of cruising for $7,000 or something like that on me in their pockets. But however they did it, Travel Spree made a lot of sense, and they get different ports. I think the second side of Icon goes to like Mexico. So shout out to Travel Spree. Go Big Go says, I most definitely would have stayed on board, and they've been to St. Thomas twice before. Not y'all treating St. Thomas like Nassau now. Just staying on board. But yeah, that hour and a half, hour 30-minute call time didn't seem worth it at all. I am dropping again the link if anybody who might be on the ship wants to come up and chat. We would love to have you beam into the couch cruise. Who else we got? Destination Fun. Hello, Destination Fun. They're saying hello to everyone. And they would have stayed on the ship. And Drita Parker is speaking. Toyla has a perspective. She says she liked with Vanessa. So Vanessa is over at Vacation Vibes. And she says she went to a hotel. I'm not sure how she pulled that off. Well, I'm happy to tell you. So Vanessa from Vacation Vibes, she did, I think, either Resort Pass or Resort for a Day. There are a couple apps and websites that you can actually book a day pass to a hotel and get those vibes. I'm not sure if Regina Davis, I know some of the actual cruisers are like hopping around, but I think Regina Davis, did. She's the new channel owner for the Travel Savvy Hub. And she actually did the Marriott, or was that at St. Kitts? I think she did the Marriott at St. Kitts. So I would highly recommend like Resort for a Day or Resort Pass. Try that out to get exclusive access to a resort for the day. So that's how Vanessa did it. And that's what Vanessa from Vacation Vibes released a very, very nice reel of her using a Resort Pass. In my cruising era, Melina says, she only been to St. Thomas once, so she would have gotten off and did a little bit of sightseeing close by just to see it. Yeah, I like to get my bearings. And it's interesting because I'm a person who I had flown into St. Thomas before. However, in November, that was my first time cruising to St. Thomas, which is a whole different vibe, flying in versus cruising in. So when I cruised in November, I did get off the ship a little bit just to get my bearings because I am curious about flying in versus cruising in are two different beasts. So I did get off the ship to just have lunch in St. Thomas, as I was kind of curious of what life looked around the cruise port. But my homegirl, I told y'all about my friend from Tortola. I have a friend from Tortola, and she says after one of those hurricanes, St. Thomas has not been the same. And it was to the point that she actually cut her trip short the last time she flew in and went home 2 days early. So I'm kind of curious more about that. And I was trying to get her to come up, but she's one of them friends that if you don't give her enough hair and makeup time, she ain't coming on. So that's that. But shout out to Anisha. I love her. And that's the one who actually encouraged me. One of my friends who told me a while ago, girl, just start a channel. Lisa Jamison says, I would get off to see the port. Cool. Margaret Logan says she would have stayed on and just relaxed. And So just says she would have gotten off early and came back just in time because she had never been to St. Thomas. Sydney Stephen, yes. And I'm not sure. So I asked, Damien and Quanda went live today. So if you haven't followed D&Q Experience, Damien and Quanda went live. And I had to ask a question. I was like, hey, what was up with that early call time back on board? And nobody seems to know. I do know watching their live, and somebody else went live the same. Maybe it was just Damien and Quanda. Oh, Leanne Travels went live on Instagram. And watching their content, and it looked like the weather was about to get a little yucky. Because in my head, like St. Thomas is just around the corner from Coco Cay. So I'm like, why we gotta? And they have the cruises have a sea day tomorrow. So I was kind of curious of like, why we got to peace out of St. Thomas so early? But I did notice some yucky weather coming in. So I'm not sure if leaving St. Thomas at 1:30 was the original plan, or if the captains were trying to dodge something else. So that's that. Miss Lady D says she would have gotten off in St. Thomas. Keisha O is saying, you are glowing in that yellow. You see me in the Royal Caribbean yellow and blue. So initially, y'all was going to come with my gala dress on, because I just felt like, I needed a couple more hours of wear. But then I noticed it looked like I was kind of naked. So I said, girl, go get yourself like a little cardigan, a shirt, and call it a day. But if you're a channel member, you're going to get the exclusive, the gown, gowns, glorious gowns. Sharo says she will likely stay on the ship by the time I would have gotten up and eaten breakfast. It would have been a time to get back on. And yes, because the cruisers have finally gotten their second wind. And to my knowledge, listening in, kind of eavesdropping into some of these lives, the girls have been doing shots and staying up late and just having a good old frat time. So I don't know how they're doing it. Some of them are, it's funny to watch them, because like they'll have a really great day, the cruisers, and they're like all in it to win it. And then they have a day where they crash. Hello, 44 people. So yeah, I can totally see me like hanging out with the crew and then like being like, you know what, I've seen St. Thomas before. I'm gonna sleep in, get this good old nap. Jerika says she would have got off, walked around to buy some souvenirs, a magnet, and got back on the ship. And folks are saying congratulations to MH Family Adventures. Yes, congratulations to MH Family Adventures. We love to see it. So yeah, I told y'all, and I gotta see how okay, so I told y'all I wanted to, and I got to make sure I'm looking at my emails. I think I emailed some of this stuff to myself. Somehow StreamYard makes me, I either have to email it or I have to upload it to YouTube, because the Parkers gave me some exclusive tea, etc. yesterday. However, here we go. Let's get back into St. Kitts, all right? So I'm going to share my screen. So I know if you couch cruised with me yesterday, some of you knew that a couple of the actual cruisers had witnessed a car accident. Well, I only showed you one angle of the accident. I know a couple of you were all like, oh, that's just a side swipe. They're okay. I even watched JoJo's World today, I watched his St. Kitts vlog. However, I did not realize in all of my rushing around yesterday and in my funk, Team Reach Travels had sent me another angle of the car accident. And this one, you actually can, it sounded worse than it looked from the angle of the Parker. So I'm going to show that angle 1 second. Give me a moment just so you can see that, because I appreciate the exclusive content from the ship. Oh, come on, computer. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Hold on. I got to go back to this. Sorry, y'all. StreamYard is kind of weird about how it lets me do things. All right. So I'm going to hit this, and I'm going to hit share screen, hit that. Is it the window? No, Jesus. Okay, let's see if this will let me do this. Share. Oh gosh. Download. Oh, I hope I'm showing. I don't think I'm showing this to you all. I don't think the screen is up anymore, is it? Oh crap. I'm gonna play it and hope y'all can see it. I don't know if y'all can see, but you can at least hear it. Y'all heard that? So I'm not gonna, because I'm not sure if y'all can actually see it or what. And I know y'all got, some people got the attention of birds. Let me stop sharing. I don't know if y'all actually were able to see. Were y'all able to see that? I don't know, but if you didn't see it, you were able to hear it. That accident sounded. So I think the side, the angle that Parker's on the go gave me, you only can see the aftermath. However, Team Reese, yeah, that would sound like a nasty accident. I'm glad nobody was really hurt, and it was just scuffling. Go Big Go is saying she's a product of DC Public School. Oh, Miss Vicky, we gotta have a conversation because they be trying to give the DC Public School products a bad name. And yeah, and thank you. And people are congratulating MH Family Adventures. Yes. Look, y'all, nothing replaces the work in these YouTube streets. And I will say MH Family Adventures has been cranking out the videos and they've been doing it on their own. So nothing but kudos for short of them. The Points Blank Experience. Hey, says, what's up, seeing everybody in the chat. Didi is saying, come on to New Orleans. Happy Mardi Gras. Yeah, Didi, I will keep you posted. I've been tentatively approved for a trip to New Orleans. But who is this? Oh, I'm sorry, that's somebody else. I've been tentatively approved for a trip to New Orleans, but we'll see. Something might be funky with some of the, but I'll let you know if it actually happens. Who we got here? So just said she would have stayed on board at Perfect Day. So you would have got off in St. Thomas, but you would stay on board. Girl, don't stay on board for now. Look, I usually be like, try to go with the flow with somebody's opinions, but you got to get off the ship in Coco Cay. You got to get off the ship in Coco Cay. I mean, unless you just really, now I would say because the ship is going to be very empty in Coco Cay and you want to just explore all the things. But I just feel like between that new hideaway area that everybody wants to see, and I think Coco Cay is a solid time. And I think they rolled out some new menu items. Girl, get off of Coco Cay. But, it ain't my cruise, so do what you want to. Tola says, I meant with a short time. That would have been too early for me. Gotcha. And Keisha H is the welcoming committee and is speaking to people. Hello, 47 people. Welcome to the Couch Cruise. My name is Sia with C. Thanks for coming to Couch Cruise with me. And we are talking all things inaugural, icon of the seas, in particular, St. Thomas. So what have y'all seen today? I know one of my favorites made an appearance today, and that was Life with Us TV. They went live from the ship, and it was cool to listen to them talk about their experience with Royal Caribbean, because I think this is like their second sailing on Royal. So yeah, it was cool to watch that. All right, my cruising family is saying this is feeling like a couch cruise for real with so many friends in the building. Absolutely. Jaretha Parker says, yes, the skies look bad. And I'm not sure if they were, again, like, was the plan always to get out of St. Thomas at 1:30? Or was that just like, a nasty situation? So, oh, okay, people are saying, oh, y'all said y'all can hear it, but y'all couldn't see it. Okay, cool. Yeah, my apologies, y'all. StreamYard, I have to like almost upload. I like to get Parker's on the go to work. I had to upload it onto YouTube. So I just tried something different. So it seems like I have to like download a copy onto YouTube for y'all to see it. But I hope y'all can hear. Like, it was smash crackle. It sounded bad, right? That accent sounded terrible. Now, Carla G says she's definitely heard. All right, DCPS graduates, we got HD Woods in the house. Hello, 45 people. Okay, cool. Now let's do something. I think y'all will be able to at least see this one. So, Royal has been releasing a gift every day. And let's get into. I did download that. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'll take that back. I forgot to download the gift. My bad. Did not download the gift. However, let's crank things back to good old St. Kitts, right? So I was telling y'all, welcome in 44 people. I was telling y'all that I did not realize that actually for a lot of these islands, to host a ship of that magnitude is a big deal. I personally thought that St. Kitts was a new cruise port. No, this is my ignorance. However, that's why we travel. We travel to learn, right? St. Kitts has actually hosted many of Royal Caribbean's Oasis class inaugural ships. And it's a big deal when they come into port. However, it's even a bigger deal of I want y'all to see who the pilot. So y'all know if for cruising, there's a pilot boat, right? So you have the captain who is the person in charge of the actual vessel. And then you actually have like pilot boats who are familiar with the climate and the conditions of the ocean, the water around the port, who actually like guide and bring the boat in. Yes, I'm gonna have to tell y'all about the pilot boat later because, oh my effing God. 1 second.
What up, y'all?
Hi.
What's this boy on, boo?
How are you?
Good and tired. Good and tired.
Look, that inaugural like it's been wearing the girls out.
Listen. This has been the longest cruise. It's like I really should be home by now. It just keeps going and going. And that's not a bad thing when you paid as much as we paid to be on here. But baby, it's, I'm tired of eating. I'm tired of walking. But we're having an amazing time. But oh gosh, but I'm glad the ports that we have are the ones we have. Because, usually when you hear inaugurals, it's all about the ship and the ports are like, but these ports were pretty decent.
Yes. And y'all got a lot of sea days to help some of that, like, crazy of the inaugural. Lynette, this is y'all's first inaugural.
It is. It is.
I was listening to your live earlier. When y'all said that, I was like, Jesus, Merry Christmas.
Because here's the thing. People think that we've been cruising like forever and ever and ever. And no, like we first got into cruising, like the first cruise we ever did, we hated it. Absolutely hated it. And we only did it again because my husband's aunt and then the whole family was like, put something together. And for some reason, I'm the tour guide. Nobody pays me to be a tour guide, but I'm a tour guide. So I was like, okay, now that I know what I'm doing, it's like, okay, I can do this. And then when I became a travel agent, of course, you got to do different things so that you can actually speak from experience and not just, knowledge based. So the opportunities were just there to do it. So we've been doing quite a few things in the last like year and a half, 2 years, but we haven't cruised as much as people may think we have. Yeah, so inaugurals was never anything that I wanted to do because we all know that inaugurals, you're the crash test dummy.
You're the crash
test. You're the first. Yeah,
and
you're the first paying passenger. Yeah, you're the first paying passenger.
I remember the first night, folks were like, where are Lynette and Stanley? And I was like, okay, y'all, like, let's simmer down because, like, y'all had just hit 100K. So I was like, okay, y'all, like, we also have to understand that, like, yes, content creators are going on this ship almost like it's a job. However, there are moments where you are paying this money and you're like, I want a vacation.
So for me, my approach to it is always, I'm on vacation and you get to see me as the content on vacation. I'm never going to do anything that I don't want to do for the sake of content because that's just not how we built our platform. We built the platform based on you seeing your cousin doing their thing on vacation and enjoying seeing what they are doing. No, unless I get sponsored, then that's the job. That's the job. That's when I have my checkpoints. This is when I'm going to hit this. This is when I'm going to tour the spa. That's when I'm going to do that. Because now I'm being paid to do a job. Otherwise, I'm on vacation.
I love it so much. I had the opportunity of finally meeting Lynette and Stanley. Hello, 50 people. Thanks for joining in during the Melanin SC group cruise for Thanksgiving. And when I was so nervous. I get nervous. Everybody's like, these people are like regular people. However, there is a respect and reverence for when people create channels and outlets that like have thousands of people. For me, I just got to give respect where respect we do. However, even though I was like nervous as hell, when I say y'all were just like the most approachable people, like I just love it. Like I loved it. And I don't say this about it, but like, no, y'all. And I know it's said overly said, but like, no, when that's Lynette and the Stanley, like that's what you see and encounter. Like that's for sure.
It is what it is. Listen, if I'm always myself, I don't have to remember who I pretended to be when I met you the first time.
Facts. Now I know y'all are saving a lot. I'm not gonna hold y'all long, but I know y'all are saving some of the stuff for your channel. Is there anything though that you want to tell the people?
Listen, y'all probably have seen everything. Honestly, there's really not a lot. The first couple of days, I will say, it was like just trying to get your bearings of where you are. And honestly, we still have not hit every floor on this ship yet. Is everything perfect? Of course not. Y'all heard about Smellgate. Like this ship stank for like a whole day and a half.
The elevator. Now, I've heard of poopy smelling rooms, but how do you have a poopy elevator?
Well, it started on embarkation day when we got off the gangway. Like the entrance to the ship smelled like poop. And I was like, wait a minute.
A capital P at the end. P. Poop.
And we were like, what is going on here? And then as you know, it was like, okay, it's still gotten better. Then the other night, it was like people were avoiding elevators totally because there were certain elevators where it was like you get in and it's like, oh my God, it just smelled like burnt, nasty Cheez-Its. I guess that's the only way that you can, like Cheez-Its. Y'all hear my husband's alarm? Because he's asleep. That's why you don't see him. He's asleep.
Stanley than Stanley.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, the guests have been okay. You know, of course, you have your runoffs. We've had that, but I know how to check somebody real quick. So other than that, everything has been cool. Everybody has been on their up and up. Admittedly, like we said on our live today, is I never have been interested in inaugurals because 1, I'm an introvert. 2, I knew that this was going to be so media heavy. It was going to be a lot of content creators and whatnot. And I'm one of the people that once I'm done with my camera, I put it away, but I can't put theirs away. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, how is this experience going to be? And it's really been none of that, honestly. You have your pockets of time where if you get up early in the morning, a lot of creators are up working, trying to beat the crowds and whatnot. That's expected. But for the most part, it's not a lot of that. Like, I really do see people taking the time to enjoy, getting from behind the lens and actually enjoying this with your eyes, your experiences. Don't think about what this may do for your business, what this may do for your channel, what this may do for the numbers. What reel do I need to make for the people on the outside? Enjoy yourself, and then that stuff will come.
I am going to clip that nugget and put it on repeat anytime I'm on a ship and second guess anything. Like, I appreciate that nugget. 2 more questions for you. One is, what did y'all do in St. Thomas? And then where does Icon fall on your list? Top, bottom, or mid?
So St. Thomas, because the window was so short, and 1, I didn't book an excursion. I should have. And 2, the reason that we didn't do anything, we went out and found a local spot to eat at. So that's what we did. Okay. So it was cool. It went. And crazy enough, it's our first time here. So I'm kind of disappointed that the window was so short and I wasn't comfortable going out with the window that short.
Question. Was that window always that short, or did they adjust it when y'all got on the ship?
They adjusted it before we got on the ship. And then it seemed like, and I'm not 100% sure, but it seemed like it was adjusted again. But it was adjusted before we got here. Yeah, so it was short.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Where was Icon? Top, bottom, or mid?
It's at the mid top. Okay. At the mid top. This is very overwhelming though. Okay. So this is one of those trips that you and your family have said, hey, this is what we're doing, blah, 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 because it's just so much ground to cover. But if this was something like, okay, me and Boo, we having a date, we want to just go and do a vacation, this may not be it because it's just so much going on and so many kids and so many families that it's like, and you have to kind of comb through those things that you personally don't want to do. I mean, grateful that they're available for people that want to do them, but yeah, it's in that mid high.
Gotcha. That's cool to know. I think that sets the expectations for the people who are like, they feel like they might be missing out on something. And I think to hear it from you, that kind of like level sets for some folks. Well, I just say, God bless y'all. I appreciate that you stopped by on your vacation. You did not have to do this. I don't know when I'm with you again, but hopefully soon.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all so much. You didn't have to do this, but I appreciate you. One, when I say people of their word, because I heard them saying on the live, and I was just like, we're just gonna see. And they like the fact that you took the time to stop in just speaks volumes to me. So I appreciate it, Lynette. Whenever Stanley gets his life together, tell him hello, and I'll be tuning in whenever y'all drop a little something.
We appreciate y'all. Love everybody.
Bye. Can I do it? Can I do 2 up?
2 down.
Holla. Thank you. Bye. I don't know why I want to do that so bad. Yay. So yeah, Lynette and Stanley, they are Life with Us TV. Not just amazing content creators who just hit 100,000 on YouTube, they do entertainment, they do cruising, they do travel in general, they do lifestyle, and then just amazing people who I was able to meet on Melanin C 2.0. And you got to hear from them. So I appreciate them for stopping their cruise just to say hello. Now we got to get down to the bottom though, y'all, of why, how do you have, that's like having a new car with a fresh poop smell. How does that happen? So I'm curious about not the main dining room sneaking. Carla G is saying we got the poop of the seas. My cruising family is laughing. Who we got here? So Justice says, I am alive in the moment type of person. So I would be terrible at being a content creator. And so just you learn how to like do your thing. I will say, I live in the moment. I can't read. I am a live in the moment type of person. So I'll be horrible at being a content creator. And I would say you end up learning, if anybody's interested in being a content creator, and I think Lynette touched on it here, just you're turn the camera on when you want to turn the camera on. There are folks who try to catch a moment, but there are times where I have learned from me, because I know, like I've learned my strategy is my first day on a ship, because I'm so like interested in things. I need to turn the camera on the first day and catch nooks and crannies, because I hit about day 2 and 3 where I am literally on a lounge chair reading a book and enjoying my life. So you learn your strategy for like what works for you. And then you figure out how to edit to make it more of a storyline. But that comes after practice. That comes after trial and error. So, I mean, honestly, anybody can do it. But I get it. I get it. There are times where there's certain cruises, like Celebrity Ascent. All the creators were like, where are you? And I was like, I'm by the pool reading a book. So that's why I like, yeah, you gotta find your rhythm, you gotta find your pace. And I have learned now of like anytime that I'm moving around, my strategy is anytime I'm moving around, I decide to turn the camera on, because I also know I'm equally very much like I'm going to go to bed at 9 o'clock. I'm equally as much, I'm going to sit in this chair for 4 or 5 hours and read. So I have learned that I have to turn on the camera whenever I'm moving. And that's my strategy. Some people naturally move around. So yeah, so I think anybody can do it, shoot. But I'm not also gonna say like everybody should or can or whatever whatever you want to do it. And then you can make a way of figuring out how to do it for yourself. Sharon is saying, hello, I have too many squirrel moments. Hey, Triple with Dre and Michelle, we had a birthday, right? Happy birthday, Dre and Michelle. Thank you for tuning in. They are my Church of the Seas. And hello, 58 people. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Folks are saying peace to Lynette and Stanley. We're going to tell Stanley, hey, yeah, Stanley was waking up from a good old nap. And when I say the people have been napping all day, every day, MH Family Adventure says that was awesome. Absolutely. Like, yeah, I got to send like a thank you, because yeah. I'm speechless, because oftentimes a channel will get like that and will never be like, I'm going to come back and just say hello to a little channel with less than 2,000 people. And I think that's what just shows you the true nature of they were sitting in their room. They had said it earlier, they might pop in. The fact that they followed up on it, that's meaningful to me. And that's why I think after I got off the initial, like, you got to say hello, because I get nervous, it was immediate. There's sometimes I meet people, I'm just immediately like, I get put at ease. Because usually I will admit to folks, when I first meet you, I'm usually a nervous wreck. I'm usually trying to calm myself down. I don't know why, but that's just me. But they were immediately like, once I got that first hello out the way, smooth sailing. So I appreciate it. And people are giving love to the queen. What up, Gigi? Another group of people that I had to give myself a pep talk to go say hello to. Parkers on the go, because we were, Carnival celebration. They were like, yeah, come down to the beach. And literally, I was giving myself a whole pep talk going down Grand Turk just to go say hello. Because you just never know, right? You're going to meet these people and it's going to be like, is this going to be uncomfortable? But yeah, I just love it when people just naturally are good people. So, hey, Parker's on the go. What are y'all doing? Because I know another person who had to take a nap. I'm telling Siobhan Parker's business because Siobhan was up editing late. But I hope you got that good on nap, sis, and I hope you got back in the swing of things. Siobhan saying, nah, our deck was not rotten, but they cleared it up pretty quickly. Is something dead on the ship? What is... You are not supposed to have a new... Okay, listen. On February 5th, I want to announce my next cruise. I hope y'all come back for that. That's the Monday meetup. Usually I make cruise announcements. And the ship that I'm going on, they're supposed to have a poopy smell because they can only hold like 2,500 people. I am not expecting the world's largest ship on its inaugural sailing decided like it want to smell like a whole BM. Like, how do we get here? Folks are speaking to Keisha H. Travel with Abby. Hi, Travel with Abby. Welcome in. I haven't seen your name before, but I'm happy you stopped by. Travel with Abby says, I try to be a content creator, but it's the editing afterwards I'm lazy with. And again, Abby, I will say you have to learn what works for you. So I had to, and I'm still not like tiny channel over here, still learning my ebbs and flows. I learned now I edit on Fridays. And this year I've had to cut back from doing 2 to like 1 video a week because I have other goals that I want to do. So I'm a content creator as well as an agent. So I'm trying to learn my craft of like actually taking more of my classes. I'm very close to finishing my princess certification. So I've actually cut back a little bit just so I can be able to do some production, but try to set a day. It doesn't have to be a long video. It can be a short video. But yeah, I will say of all the processes for content creating, I'm not going to bore the 56 people who don't care about content creating, but I will say the editing part is trash. It's big trash. MH Family Adventures is saying it too. She said editing is the hardest part. Definitely got to find balance when I cruise. I don't vlog as much as it may appear. What you see in the vlogs is all I filmed. Absolutely. Yeah. Because I try not to let like a segment go. And I film short segments. I remember if Melanin C group cruise, I hope I'm not boring nobody. But I remember somebody, Shawana Creative Circle, she was like, are you filming? Because like I often do little sneak 30-second clips and people don't even realize I'm filming and I get back into socializing. So a couple people were like, are you vlogging this cruise? Absolutely, I'm vlogging. But I don't take like big segments because yeah, you end up having to chop so much of that down. Triple J says, not the church of seas. Y'all are. When I say, and it's not Dre as much. It's that Michelle got some oil on her, baby. If y'all got a Saturday night that y'all want to sit and just listen, just somebody pour into you, that little Michelle got some anointing on her, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But when I say Michelle had me strung out in my kitchen once that first Saturday that y'all went live, she almost took me clean out. So yeah, whatever y'all got going on Saturdays, every other Saturday is a blessing to me because I don't be in nobody's church on Sunday morning. I'm working on it, but I just need that Sunday to sleep in because Jesus, life be lifing. But I still, Anywho, hi, Cheryl. Cheryl said you should be so proud. We're having FOMO for not being on the ship, and you gave the people FOMO about the Crouch Cruising. Hey, sometimes you gotta and again, you just gotta tune in, right? You gotta tune into your purpose. And I don't know what, I don't know some of y'all's belief system, but when I say the Lord was loud and strong of saying, don't you take your butt on this cruise and you want to grow the slow way and just stay consistent. And when I say I woke up with the idea of like, we can do this from the couch, and I probably got the same, if not better results for me. I'm not saying this is for everybody. By just staying here, staying in my house, hearing the idea, executing the idea, following through on it. When I say I was about to like have a whole set and like wallpaper, and I was talking about stuff like you can't sit here with your blanket and your blank wall and have a couch cruise. And I just gotta be obedient sometimes, and I just was like, we're gonna do this. It's not perfect, but it's something. So sometimes you just gotta, listen to your instincts, listen to your intuition, go with the idea, and be consistent. Jerry Michelle is saying, hello, 56 people. I thank y'all for listening to me stay in my soapbox. And we're going to get to that tidbit about St. Kitts. I also need to look to see if anybody else dropped me any dimes about stuff on the ship. Okay. Well, Dre, that's because you're a producer. So Dre is saying, please, editing is a fun part, especially when you produce in real time. I love when the story comes together. Unpopular opinions only. Don't nobody like editing, Dre. Folks hate editing. Oh, snap! Stanley got up from his night. Stanley, he said, hey, family. I can hear it in my head. Hey, Stanley. Hope you got that good old nap in, brother. And don't let that inaugural take you out, son. Tripping with Jay Marcel says, I ain't got no. I mean, Dre, you got some cooking oil. But like Michelle got that good olive, like that good, like, you know, I don't know how much olive oil is on the shelf. Like you got that mid, you know how the what is it, the grocery stores have. I'm about to lose some people. I don't even care right now. We just gonna vibe. But you know how sometimes the grocery stores have like the products in the middle and they put that good stuff up here because they know not everybody's gonna reach up here. And then everybody can reach down to the cheap part. Michelle is that one you gotta like look up and reach up a little bit. She that like $25-$30 olive oil. But you know, that ain't not the cooking oil. Okay, let me focus. Hello, 57 people. I apologize. We are having a good old time. So I was telling y'all, St. Kitts, right? St. Kitts, and a lot of these islands are making tons of money and with their economy from Regina, you want to come up because you are also on the ship, and I would love to hear your perspective of the solo cruise. I'm gonna keep running my mouth about St. Kitts for a second. So a lot of these islands are making a lot of the people who are on these islands have a bunch of trades. Like these people are very well trained. They know their craft. And one of my homegirls sent me this from St. Kitts, and I need y'all to see the pilot. I need y'all to see who guided in the world's largest ship yesterday. 1 second, 57 people. Hold on. Let me make sure I got the thing. Yep. Wait, I gotta get his name. Hold on 1 second. Just give me one because he needs all his things. I got my homegirl sent me the name. Just give me. I know y'all got the attention span of birds. I just need the name. What's the name, Jesus? I think it's Harley. Okay. Yep. What's his name? Yep. Okay, cool. All right, cool. I'm gonna do this. I gotta do share screen, share screen, find this. Look at who got it. Look who got it. The world's largest ship into port yesterday. This is Captain Harvey. And Captain Harvey, he is the pilot boat captain and made history yesterday by guiding the world's largest ship into St. Kitts while all eyes were on him. And that's his crew. And so I just want to say shout out to the people of St. And isn't that, look at that. That's probably one of the flyest flags I've ever seen fly. So shout out to Captain Harvey. One of my homegirl, Anisha, she lives in Tortola, or I'm sorry, she's from Tortola. She sent me a picture of Captain Harvey, and I just said, like, Wakanda forever. And I lost 4 people. It was 57 to 53. But I had to show the people who guided the world's largest ship into port yesterday. You were in brilliant hands. Okay. So that was, I just had to show that tidbit. I showed y'all the crash yesterday. And yeah. Alrighty. So let's, we are at 48 seconds. I'm going to drop the link one more time to see if I can get Regina up. I'm not sure what she's doing today, but I'm just going to put in the chat here because we already got one great group of folks up with Lynette and Stanley from Lifeless TV. But who's this? Keisha H says, who is this? Regina says the face is beat, girl. Sis had a gala today. And when I say the concealer is under the eyes, child, it's concealing. Keisha H is saying that Pompeii gold type anointing oil. Listen, tap if you want to hear a word, tap into Dre and Michelle. And Keisha H is speaking. My cruising family says, looking all dignified with his crew, knowing exactly what they're doing. And I will say a tip about St. Kitts is, so St. Kitts has a tendency to be windy. So this is not just your like average, even because I was watching, I'm a nerd, y'all, and I just be watching stuff. St. Kitts tourism industry, they did a 4-hour live stream yesterday when the ship was pulling into St. Kitts. And the director of tourism mentioned that their port can be very tricky if the winds kick up a certain way. So that's a port that you might just miss your port of call. And so the fact that, one, they mentioned something very interesting. They said it seemed like the winds calmed down when Icon of Seas came in. And to know that Captain Harvey and his crew were at the helm of the pilot ship to lead the world's largest ship in, and to see they were citizens of Wakanda and the good old people from St. Kitts. That just had me hyped, and that was amazing to see. So we are at 49 minutes. I know I came in an hour late, so I'm pursuing a lot of you all behind, but I thank you all so much, so much for tuning in an hour late. I appreciate y'all for letting me have a little bit of life that's not couch cruising. Happy I was able to make it in. Who is Janelle says, sail away was so quick we didn't realize we had to pull away. That was so fast. But we are back here tomorrow for couch cruising. The actual cruisers have a sea day tomorrow. And they'll be on ships since 1:30. So they get a good old sea day tomorrow. So we'll be able to hopefully look at some more content, see it. And we will be back on the couch tomorrow at 8:00 to talk about all things Inaugural Icon of Seas. I am Carlene. This is my channel, Sea with C. Thanks for coming to Couch Cruises with me. I hope you like this content. Please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow, 8 p.m. Bye.